Hello, this is how we say hi to the world. This is how we say hi. You know it's Haem music, baby. I 60.1.
Welcome back to one of the best hip-hop podcasts ever that you have in this country. In this new epic episode, we have one of the greatest artists that you have ever came across in the underground world. As you know, in this podcast we try by all means to get artists that we feel that you are supposed to know, that we feel like are closer to their big breaks. And if you're listening right now, when they get famous, know that you heard them from us first. I am your host, Smah, and today I have one of the most greatest upcoming artists I have ever came across. He has worked with the likes of Emtee DJ C-Live, and I just can't wait for you to listen to what he has to say, because just as much as you are curious, I am too. So today with me I have Haem O. So how are you doing?
Hey, Smile. I'm all good. Thank you. I hope you're feeling great as well. It's a beautiful Friday this side. I'm really excited about a lot of things.
Well, I am also good, and it is a beautiful Friday, so I am interested in hearing about a short bio from you, your real name, where you from, your age, and everything that you believe we need to know.
Well, to put it simply, I'm Vusi Mtetwa, raised Eswatini, in the kingdom of Eswatini, to a Swati mother, and my father is Zulu from Gwanongoma. 31 years old, and yeah, I'm just I'll say, what do they call it? Two nationalities, whatever. But and I mean, I am South African, well, because I mean we African, so we come from our daddy's side. So yeah, so yeah, that's about it for now on my bio.
That is most definitely the truth. So, can you tell us about how you came up with your rap name?
Well, Haem O. This name still gives a lot of people a hard time to pronounce. I don't know why, because it's so simple. But hey, uh, actually, I was in high school when I was deciding what am I going to do with my life, like what am I going to do when I graduate high school. So I was sitting in a science lab. Biology was my favorite subject, so I loved it very much. So the name comes from hemoglobin. And if anybody knows hemoglobin, that's element in blood that helps move oxygen from places of high concentration to places of low concentration. So that means it helps move oxygen from the lungs when we breathe and stuff, and moves it to the rest of the body to help change our food into energy so that we're able to do what we do. And I mean, so simply put, I would say how I connected to the music is I take my inspiration from life, from my life, from the people around me, from the things I see or the things that God reveals to me. And I mean, I use my music, my talent to spread that positivity, that inspiration to the world. So that's how I feel like I am a hemoglobin in music or in life to the people that listen to my music or anybody that comes across my story.
That is definitely the most complex and most unusual way to ever come up with a rap name. I actually feel like it reflects who you are in a way that your rap name actually blends with your music, and I'm so glad that you took your time to actually explain this. I think with this you have just gained new fans because this is so epic. I just don't understand how you actually were able to transform science into hip hop. It is so, you know, out of this world. So, what I'm interested in right now, I want to know what inspired you to make music, or who inspired you to make music, and what is that one thing that you wish you knew before you started making music, or that one thing you wish you knew when you were have already started making music?
Thank you so much, Smart. That's the great thing about hip hop, and I just feel like it's one genre or one culture that allows a person to be who they truly are. You don't really have to be something specific or whatever, and you can just be your true self, because you can come from the streets, you can come from the countryside like I do, you can come from the hood, you can come from the suburbs and stuff. Like, as long as you true to who you are, hip-hop allows you. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why I really love this culture, why I really love this genre of music. And on what I wish I knew, like, for some reason I always knew that I had to know about the music business, not just about the studio and creating music and stuff like that. And I just wish I put in more effort in the ideas I had already, because I had a lot of great ideas that are really helping a lot of people right now. And they are really helping me progress right now. I just wish I took them more serious, or I just wish I had an idea of how much value they really had. But I'm really there isn't really anything different or so unique that I wish I could have known, because I really did know a lot of things. I just wish I could have read more. And that's one thing I want, new artists and anybody that's trying to come into this game to really, you people need to read and know about this industry, because it's really, really, really complex. Well, the first thing I can say, um, I'll say I wish I took the internet more serious and just forgot about the traditional media, the radio and TVs and all that stuff. Cause I just feel like I wasted a lot of resources that could have gotten me way, way, way ahead. And and the thing, the crazy part is that I knew about the things, and I did start on some, but I just wasn't consistent, or I didn't really put enough energy on that. So that's just really the only reason. That's the only thing that I feel I could have done better, because a lot of other things I did take care of. I know about the industry. I really did give time. I used to go to the library to read books about this thing. I used to, like, I'm still on the net researching and watching interviews every day to find out as much as I can about the industry. It's big, so it's really going to take time for me to understand everything. And on knife beats, that's my bro. That's like, yo, that's like family for real. As I started music in Swaziland, so he wasn't really the first person to for me to work with. But when I came to SA to stay here permanently, that was in 2009. Um, and like, I started working, but I was just using beats. Like, we used to record on other people's beats. I know people still do, but it was big when Lil Wayne was major doing that for his mixtapes. So we were doing that. But like, Knife was the first person uh who produced my official single, which was Put It All in God's Hands. I think that was in 2010. And that was the first person. And that single, that was my first official single, and it was remade or remixed by over 21 people, 21 artists. That includes Ice Cleo Ice Queen from Zambia, Buffalo Soldier from Zimbabwe, and there's this other girl from Ethiopia, and a whole lot of artists, including the late Calvin from Zimbabwe. And so that was an honor for me. And the relationship started from there. Like, honestly, for me, I've been lucky that I've always put in so much work in my art that a lot of people that hear my work, it, it, like, it has really drawn them to want to work more with me. And just to add on that, and just being a respectful person and being good to other people. And I mean, it really, really, really does open a lot of doors, because it makes it easy for people to want to work with you. So that was the biggest reason why I felt Knife wanted to work with me. It was first because of my work. I actually put in work, and I take this thing serious, and I'm an easy person to work with because I'm respectful, and I consider people's I take people serious, and I mean, so it makes it easy for them to want to work with me.
And moving on, can you tell us about your top five favorite artists? It could be hip hop or it could be any genre, both nationally and internationally. And your top five collabors, people you would really like to work with. It doesn't matter if they you know, famous or not.
Well, starting with the industry developments between Swaziland and South Africa. I would say South Africa is way ahead, like is way ahead. Swaziland, they still developing, they still learning, so they still have a long way to go on that part. And when it comes to my favorite artists, my top five, I'm not really too big on this top that, because I just listen to what I feel at the moment. But I would say right now at this moment, and I mean, I would say my favorite artist is Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. And I also love J. Cole, and I've loved him for a while. And who else? I really love who's this person? Tracy Chapman. I love her writing, and I really listen to her music. I think she's one of the greatest writers. Um, who else? I love who else? I'm not even sure. Okay, yeah, Emtee locally. Emtee. I feel like his story is authentic, and it's still he's maintained his story from the start to now. It's just one of the people locally that I feel really have maintained their story. And another African artist I would say is Malik Berry. He's an Afrobeat artist. I really mess with him. So on collaborations, luckily I've done a collabo with Emtee already. I'm not even too big on collaborations, honestly. And collaborations for me, it's not just about the artist I'm featured with. Like my favorite person to collaborate with is Knife Beats, and I mean, because I believe like making music with your producer is a collaboration. So, but I mean, I know how people understand this thing, so I would say Emtee, I've already worked with him. I'd love to work with Malik Berry, and uh, honestly, I don't have no five people off of the top of my head that I can say I want to work with. I just want to make great music, you know. So simply, I'll just put it like that. Yeah, COVID-19 really messed up a lot of things, but it actually did also open a lot of doors. I did put out music. I just could have put out more music, but I was still working on the EP. I had to make sure that it's a project this time, because I was putting out a lot of singles. Not a lot, but I've been putting out singles, and I just felt like it was time for people to get a project for me. Cause I mean, COVID-19 had everybody in the house, and I mean, and it shut down gigs totally. So that means a lot of people were on the internet, and I mean, so it was a great time to release music. But the thing is, what we didn't have much space to make promo videos and make proper content for our to promote our music. But I think it was a great time for artists on the come up to put out music, because people were streaming and listening and watching everything on the internet, because that's all they could do. They were in the house the whole time. So I think uh, it did work for me, because I mean, I released I think two singles, and I mean, and it really got a lot of attention because people didn't have no choice but to be indoors and really were able to